So last video I spoke about logging. We did used log4j2.xml, and we did created my logger class, and the point is it should support parallel test execution, and that is something we achieved. So till now we made our browser on a driver as a thread safe, we made extend report as a thread safe, we made logger as a thread safe. Now let us consider talking about action engine. Now what it will do is I'll explain. I mentioned something like log every test action into extend report. Okay, before that, all these videos are in YouTube. Go one by one. I'll put all these links and all in my GitHub repo, so consider subscribing. Do share the content with your friends. I'm putting a lot of efforts on this, so I'm expecting bit support from your side. Okay, so to begin, what is action engine? Action engine just is it is not something predefined. It is something what I call action engine. Why? Because I am going to write all custom methods, and by using those methods I am going to log each and every action into either extend report or logger. Personally, as I said, I don't prefer using logger, so in my framework I don't have logger at all. But since most of the comment what I see we need to please include logger as well, so I did make that video. But yeah, I personally prefer using only extend report, because reporting is something I need, and I'm going to do a deep reporting, so ultimately it is covering logging part as well. I mean, whatever I do using log4j or logging mechanism, I do the same thing into extend report, so I feel no need of using loggers in my case. Okay, but it's everyone's choice. Okay, now let me go to my Eclipse, and this is my advanced level framework. Let me go to source main Java. We did created page objects, reusable component, test space. Under reusable component, I'm going to create a class with name actions action engine. Okay, could be any meaningful name. Okay, why I gave something like this? Because I'm going to put whatever actions I need, I'm going to customize them, and I'm going to write it over here. Okay, action engine. Now let me tell you quickly what I'm going to do over here. Okay, so generally what and all actions I do perform, I do use send keys. Okay, I do use something called as click. I do use select class. Okay, and what else? I can do mouse over. Okay, and uh, any kind of operation, whatever operation we do is in Selenium. So whenever I will use this send keys in on any of the object, on any of the text box, what I'm expecting is an entry should get created into extend report, like okay, text has been sent to this particular text box, and send text was this, like whatever our custom message that should get logged. Whenever I click on any button or any link anywhere on any page, it should log the action into my extend report, kind of test steps. Okay, so it will just acts as a test steps. Okay, logged into uh okay, so it's like navigated to this particular URL, then entered username, entered password, clicked on login. So it will generate each and everything step by step. Okay, and that is something we are going to do in action engine. How? By customizing these methods. I'm not going to customize these methods, but I'm going to create my own methods and going to call these methods within my own methods. How? First, let us take a simple example. What I'm expecting is uh, very frequently used method is send keys, right? So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to say public void send keys, and I cannot have the method name as send keys. So what I'll do is I will make send keys underscore custom method, or you can make the method name itself as a type, or let me make it as, let's say, send keys underscore custom. Give me a minute. So that whenever whenever I will call this method, okay, so what I'm expecting is I'm expecting two things. The very first thing, if I want to enter text anywhere on my web page, I'm expecting its web element. So I'll say please pass me a web element, and let's say web element. And second thing what I am expecting is string value to be sent. Okay, these two things I'm expecting, and I'm going to create my method over here, method body basically. Okay, so now whenever I want to enter any data on any web element, I'm not going to call dot send keys on that web element, whereas I'm going to call this particular method send keys underscore custom. Now this the way how I'm creating can be very different person to person. Each and every person have their own thought processes. They can create in their different their own ways. This is how I thought of creating, so I'm going in this particular way. Okay, now we already know that how to pass the text. Okay, so I'm going to say web element dot send keys. Okay, original method I'm going to use the same method basically. Okay, there is no change, but what I'm going to do extra over here is logging part. Okay, so once this particular key is been sent, what I'm expecting is log success message. Log success message in uh, extend report. And if the key sent is failure, then log failure message. Log failure message in extend report. Okay, now how will I get to know that whether the key sent is success or key sent is failure? What I can do is I can put these things into try catch block. What I'll do is I'll say try. Okay, and this particular stuff I'm going to put into try block. Okay, and under catch block. Okay, and at the same time in try block itself, what I can do is I can put the log message itself, and this, sorry, try block itself I'm going to do that. And the if there is any failure, definitely it is going in under exceptions, right? So under exceptions I'm going to write the failure message, and that's pretty simple. For each and every action I'm going to follow the similar kind of pattern. Few minor differences would be here and there, but it would be more or less similar. Okay, now when I say I'm going to log the message, okay, what it mean? We already know how to log the messages. So if we go to extend report, and so this is how something we log the message: extend factory dot get instance dot get extend dot log, and this is how. Okay, so let me copy this stuff. Okay, and so here I'm going to log it as a success message, right? Because if this action is successful, then only it should log the message as passed. That particular step is passed. Otherwise it will go in catch block, and under catch block it is going to mark it as a failed. So what I'm going to log it as a failed. Okay, so it accepts two things. First one is status, and the second thing what it needs is some custom message. Okay, so the custom message we need to pass. Just give me a minute, let me clean it up. Okay, now you can pass any user defined message, whatever you find comfortable with. Okay, so let's say temporarily what I'm putting is give me a minute guys. Okay, so to make the reporting better. Okay, so see, I'm currently accessing or accepting only two things: web element and value to be sent. But from the web element, because that's the web element, right? It's not like something I can understand. I mean, because I want to put into my report like, okay, email address, like this particular value has been sent to this particular field. So how can I know that okay, this is the field where you entered this value? So I should expect one more field over here. Let's say string and I'll say field name. Okay, now so this field name, for example, if I take any example, give me a minute, let me start my server. Okay, so I've started the server and let me go to my demo application. Okay, so this is the field what I was talking about. Let's say I'm entering something over here, demo@demo.com. So I am expecting in my report that if this send key is successful, then I should log message something like, okay, in email field, this value has been sent. Okay, how can I do that? That's the reason I am expecting field name. Okay, so what I'll do is just to put some message, I'll say field name plus uh, or I'll say entered value as entered value as what value I did entered, values to be sent. So this message is something you can customize in your, sorry guys, this is something you need to customize in your own way, whatever you feel in better. So I'm saying like, okay, field name, that is my email field, and I'll say I'll put something like this, okay, so that I can understand very easily. Entered value as this, okay, and it is successful. Okay, in case of failure, what I'll say simply try to enter, or I'll say uh, value enter in field, and what's my field name? It is something what I'm expecting plus field name plus is failed is failed due to exception, and I'm going to put the exception as well so that it would be very easy for us for tracking. And what exception I'm getting, I'm storing it into variable called as e, so I'm going to put that e as well here, and this is going to be very simple, right? So see, every time I need not to why I'm doing this stuff, because for every action, for every send keys, I want to log this kind of message into my report. For every fail action for send, I want to log this kind of message into my report. Okay, and okay, what else should I attach reports as well? If you want, you can attach sorry, screenshot as well here, but why I feel it is not necessary, because anyway on failure we are already attaching the screenshots, so it would be duplicated, right? So I feel there is no need of attaching the screenshots into this particular fields, so this should be fine. And yeah, I think that's pretty much. So now, so this is very simple what I did. If you want to have more customizations, for example, you want to customize, like you want to parameterize something, like you want to take a screenshot on success, or you want to take a screenshots on failure, or what else, uh, okay, could be anything which is coming in your mind. Okay, so you can go in that particular way, but this is a very simple thing what I thought of, and I'm going to use this particular send keys method whenever I want to enter any data anywhere. Okay, so instead of web element dot send keys, I am going to use send keys underscore custom method, so that it will create entry into my execution report, into my extend report. Okay, do I have any extent report currently? No, I don't have. Anyway, that's fine. Okay, so this is for send keys. Let me just put a quick comment. Customized send keys method, and why we did created to log send keys messages for every occurrence. Okay, because we are going to use it at lot many places, right? Every place we cannot use the same thing again and again. I mean this logging the message directly there. Instead we'll create one method like this, and we will call this particular method. Okay, so this is for send case. Likewise, I'm going to create one more, and after that, I have few methods which I'm going to include directly. I'm not going to create them in front of you because that's going to be similar kind of stuff. Next action, more repetitive action. What I see is public void click. Okay, and I'm going to see it as a custom. You can either include this custom or not. Okay, I'm just putting it just to understand that okay, this is custom method what I did create. Okay, now in order to perform the click action, what I need, the very first thing I need web element, and I need field name as well, just to indicate on which field I'm going to click on. So these two things I need over here. Values to be sent is not required. Again, I'm going to do the exactly same thing. I'm going to I'm going to use try catch block, and on element I'm simply going to use a click method, and that's it. And here I'll say past field name, and I'll say here click successfully. Okay, pretty much. So if this click is successful, it is going to log this particular message, that is my field name. Let's say my field name is login button, so I'll say I'll pass field name as login button, and I'll say login button clicked successfully, kind of message will get logged into my extent report. On failure, I'll say unable to click, unable to click on field, and I'm going to add my field name over here, field name, and again I'm going to put some exception. Okay, so I already have it due to exception, whatever exception occurred that particular time. So that's pretty much. So this is custom click method, custom click method to log every click action into extent report. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to log these entries into extent report. In your case, if you wish, you can have a logger as well. So how we do log into a logger, I think I should be having that into my test case what we did in the last videos. Yeah, so you can have this kind of stuff, my logger dot start case, not start, uh, the logging, basically my logger dot whatever kind of messages you want to log. Okay, so if you want to put that in logger log file, use this kind of stuff. If you want to put that in extend report, use this stuff. Okay, so this is how we are going to create custom methods. I'm going to put few more custom methods over here, and I'll explain you basically that, but I'm not going to write it from scratch. And now coming to how I'm going to use them. Now I'm not going to run the test case, but one simple thing, just going to show you how I'm going to use it. So let's say in my test case, I want to click on certain action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this particular send case custom method. Okay, now how I'm going to call that? So it is present in action engine, and my test case is extending test base. So what I'll do is under test base I'll say extends action engine, action engine, so that I will be able to use that particular method. Give me a minute. And yeah, you see, I just need to pass the web element, what web element I want to click on. For example, okay, driver dot find element or whatever we do. Okay, driver dot find element by whatever xpath, and whatever xpath value will enter. Okay, that web element. Then let's say my field name is email, email field, and what value you want to enter is I want to enter value called as, let's say, admin@admin.com. Okay, so whenever I want to enter any value anywhere, I am going to use this send keys method, something like this. Whenever I want to click, I am going to use something like click custom, what element you want to click and what's the field. So here I'll enter my web element, and here I will enter, let's say, login button, so that it will log the entry into my Extend report. As of now, I cannot run it because I don't have the complete setup ready with me. I mean, opening the browser and all the stuff. But yeah, in coming 2-3 videos you can expect this. Okay, so that's it. So what I'll do is I will end this video over here. I'm going to put some more actions into this particular action engine in next videos. I'll take you through quickly or through all those actions, whatever actions we need, and after that I will go ahead and create, I mean start creating one sample test case, and will demonstrate you how we can log them, how you can see that in actual report. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to stop this video over here. Stay tuned, do subscribe to the channel, and extend your support. Thank you.